How's it going, everyone? Welcome to GBall Vision. Today we have a new knife to check out coming in from Kershaw. While we get started, let us know down in the comments what your EDC is today. Now, this is an exciting unboxing for many reasons, and we'll get to all that here. Let's get the knife out of the box. But a couple of things on the box are two reasons to be very excited. We got Kershaw, we got made in the USA. We are looking at the Livewire from Kershaw, USA made, their first attempt at an OTF auto, out the front automatic knife, and fully USA made. We're going to be looking at MagnaCut and what is the MagnaCut done at as far as the HRC. They are doing it 62 to 64, which is very impressive. Not only are they doing that, but they are offering several different blade shapes. And here we have the Wharncliffe with that beautiful satin finish. And combine that blade shape, in my opinion, with MagnaCut, a very versatile steel, very well-rounded steel. This just makes for a perfect EDC blade shape. We are looking at sculpted aluminum handles here with a couple of different milling patterns. And we have a nice minimal deep carry clip, and that is going to be reversible for left-handers out there. Now, the main idea behind an OTF is, or at least one of the main ideas is, you want an OTF that's going to have a comfortable switch. And there's been a long line of OTFs who really didn't fulfill having a comfortable switch. And more recently, companies are starting to get it right, and that was a huge question on my end for this OTF. And I had seen some videos in the past, so I kind of had an idea. And I have to agree with most of the creators I saw talk about this knife is this switch is very comfortable. It's equal on both sides. The jimping is not overly rough, and it's not going to fatigue the thumb. If you do want to actuate this back and forth, you want to make some people mad, you don't want to have to burn your thumb out doing that. And I feel like off early impressions, just handling enough OTFs to kind of know, it doesn't feel like this is going to be real fatiguing at all. And it has a really, really good action on it. Nice push on the way out, and it's not too hard to push it out at all. And you have about the same drag there on the way out as we do the way back there. About the same, yeah, and it's very easy to actuate this thing. There's some OTFs where I cannot push it up with my pointer finger type of a deal. And as far as left-handed goes, I'm not left-handed, but I think this will be pretty straightforward as far as carrying it and using it. I think lefties will be able to carry and use this just as easily as a righty. I'm almost 100% sure that clip rotates around, correct? It just rotates to the other side. I believe it fully rotates around and makes this a completely ambidextrous knife. So that is really, really nice. And the cherry on top is this isn't an overly small knife. This is actually a good size. We are looking at an 8 1/8 total knife here. 3 1/4 will give it of cutting edge, and we'll say 3 5/16. Maybe we'll give it 3 3/8 of total blade. We'll bring out a couple of comparison knives. We have the Kaiser Drop Bear up top and the full-size Benchmade Bug Out on the bottom. And you'll see it is larger than those. And I consider anything right at 8 inches or beyond a full-size knife. So this is considerably a full-size knife coming in over 8 inches. And then we have the full-size Kaiser Militaw up top and the full-size Vastid Raccoon down there on the bottom, and it's definitely larger than the Raccoon, and I would say it's right in line with the Militaw, if not maybe a little bit bigger. I'm not real interested in comparing this up against any other OTFs at this point in time, but if you're interested in seeing a video on this compared with several other OTFs from different companies, you'll have to let me know down in the comments. I really want to focus strictly on the Livewire for this video. And in regards to the pocket clip, I really like it. It's nice and small and minimal. It's going to carry nice and deep in the pocket. You'll basically have a smooth on top of the pocket kind of carry right there. And you'll be able to grab a hold of this curved edge here and very good retention on the way out. And like I said, making that so it is ambi, that's just a game changer for a lot of people because certain companies and certain OTFs just don't give left-handed people the ability to carry or use the OTF very easily. A lot of them are geared for right-handed people. So being able to take care of both sides of the coin here is a really good step in the right direction for OTFs. Now, what does this thing weigh? A lot of times OTFs do not weigh a whole lot. We have a aluminum body here and it's completely hollowed out, and then we just have our blade. This is kind of tough. It's been a while. I'm going to say, let's say 3.8. No, it's not that heavy. 3.4. Oh! 3.2 and 92 grams for everyone else. We'll go ahead and check our handle thickness, blade stock thickness, and our behind the edge. We are looking at a 0.48 on our handle thickness. Nice and thin, but it's got a good size to it where I wear an XL glove and this is going to fill my hand out plus have room to kind of maneuver around on the handle. Very nice. Some OTFs really are restrictive. So this is coming down 121 on the blade stock on that thickest part there. And let's just pick a random spot. And it's going to be right around 28 thousandths in that particular spot. We are going to go ahead and check that edge and see what we are looking at out of the box sharp. We have our piece of telephone book paper here. Let's see what we have for an edge. Yeah, this thing's going to be an animal for you. I mean, you don't have anything blocking your grip, so you can literally get right on top of that tip, and you can use that for precise detail work. You can use that as a gauge on how far you go into material, and you have the ability to choke up right behind the blade there if you have something you need a little bit more control over or you're getting into some denser material. You'll have a ton of control over this entire knife, and because of its, it being a little bit lighter weight, man, does that feel good in this grip right here. Very well balanced, not too hefty in the hand, but still filling out the hand. And I got to go back to that switch. Very well done. That's got to be one of, if not the best switches. Now, I haven't handled every OTF that's out there on the market, but that could be one of the best switches that I've ever handled. In regards to the comfort, the ease of deployment, man, that's really good. It's running on a track inside of the track. So very interesting on that mechanism. We're going to have to do a video on this and compare it to some other OTFs on the market and kind of see what we come up with in regards to price, materials, build quality, action, the switch itself, and all that sort of thing. You'll have to let me know if that's something you'll be interested in checking out. Now, as far as the lockout of the blade, there's a tiny bit of movement in there, like a very minuscule amount, not even really. It's just I can kind of feel the track in the handle. But I have to say for myself personally, I don't I don't care at all if the blade moves a little bit. I would net, unless I had millions of dollars or just money falling out of my coat, I would not spend that kind of money to get an OTF that has no blade play. I mean, this has no blade play. You know what I mean? I can feel the mechanism in there moving, but even if this moved a little bit side to side, I don't care about that. As long as it's staying locked up when it's supposed to be open, that's what I care about. And OTFs, because of that mechanism, naturally, with a rare exception, have, a faint hint of movement and like I said, this isn't really moving. It's just the mechanism in the handle there. But like I said, I've never really understood that, and it's not something I care at all about. It's just something I wanted to point out for anyone who maybe does or isn't aware that that's even a thing, but not something I worry about at all. We are going to, however, check and make sure this blade is going to stay locked out when we have it open here. As you can see, this thing is open, and we are doing this in a professional setting, and I am a professional. Do not try this at home. We'll give it a couple lighter taps. Every OTF gets ran through the same testing. Very good. Very good. That is, so we know that blade is going to stay locked out when we want it to be locked out. Very, very nice. This is really nice. And the cherry on top of all this really nice work and great materials, being USA made, this thing comes in around $240 retail that I have found on average. I'll have it linked down in a couple of different places. And about the best price is $240, and I think that's a hell of a price to get a USA made knife this well done in MagnaCut. That's done very, very well, and I'm rooting for Kershaw. It's good to see them pumping out some new designs and pumping out more designs that really hit home with a lot of knife people. I think, people with any semblance of brains would be rooting for Kershaw and companies, U.S. companies, to do very well. And that is my hope for them. And based off the Livewire here, I would say they are headed in the right direction. You'll have to let me know. Have you handled a Livewire or any of the newer Kershaws that have come out over the last year or so? And what do you think of them? I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. That helps push the video to more people. If you are new to my channel here and you enjoy knife and EDC content, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe because I release daily videos just like this. I will leave a couple of new videos up on your screen that YouTube is recommending you go check out right now. Have an awesome day. I will catch you on the next one.